Well, we talked about BYD paying out money earlier today with their self-driving software. Shouldn't be a shock to anybody. But what is a shock to me is when I see Stellantis' CEO sees opportunity in growing partnerships, bringing China-branded vehicles to North America. Get the fuck out of here. You have to be kidding me. Now, the only way that this works is UAW labor. The prices would have to come way up. And look, I'm not trying to doubt anything that Antonio Filosa is doing, because he's doing a pretty bang up job. He does have a very competent staff around him, though, when you talk about Matt, Bob, and Tim with FCA. So, I don't know. We're going to get into this. I'm just shocked. I saw this article, it was a couple of weeks ago, but now I got more information that came in that this is much farther along than we expected. We're going to talk about all that and more right after this. Guys, before we get into today's video, I got to talk about the giveaway that's going on the channel right now. The SRT 10 Viper pickup truck is up and available. It is closing out tomorrow. It will be done. There are extra entries up on the site right now if you want to jump into it while it's there. And there are very few remaining for the TRX that are still up. So if you want to get in on either of those, link is in the description down below. The Dodge Ram SRT 10 Viper truck does end tomorrow, so get in on it while you can. So we're going from BYD trying to buy factories, making offers again for Maserati, or trying to invest into companies here in the U.S. Auburn Hills, Michigan. CEO Antonio Filosa said he believes there's an opportunity to expand the automakers' partnerships in North America to fill plants and increase sales, and potentially to produce Chinese branded vehicles outside the U.S. Now, that caught me off guard, because it first said he wanted to bring it, the thing said they wanted to bring it to North America. They could, but it's going to be under brands that me and you already know. Yeah. Anyways, Filosa on Thursday said the company, for sure, sees an opportunity in expanding its production and sale of vehicles with Chinese automaker Leapmotor to Mexico, as well as potentially Canada. That doesn't bother me. They already own most of that partnership of Leapmotor. And you see what Filosa has done here recently with a memorandum of understanding with Jaguar and Land Rover. That could actually be beneficial with manufacturing in India and whatnot when it comes to maybe bringing back a Willys Jeep. But he said, I believe that there is space in Mexico. There is maybe space in Canada. He's talking about Brampton. We'll see. He said during a news conference after an investor day at the company's North American headquarters in Detroit. Now, there is no space in the United States. We don't see that. Legacy automakers, especially ones with deep roots in the region, such as Stellantis, have been concerned about Chinese automakers entering North America. U.S. executives have expressed worries that the operations could be a gateway to American consumers. Amid trade tensions with the U.S., Canada is currently allowing 49,000 Chinese-made electric vehicles to be imported for retail sales annually at a tariff of 6.1%. That is like basically nothing. It's basically zero. A notable option in Canada is a large Stellantis assembly plant. What I just tell you, Brampton, Ontario, a suburb of Toronto. The plant hasn't produced a new vehicle since the end of production of the Charger and Challenger in December of 2023. Bloomberg News reported last month that Stellantis was discussing options for building electric vehicles in Canada with Leap Motor, citing people familiar with the matter. That's actually facts. That was actually discussed. Filosa said Stellantis' tie-ups with Leap Motor continue to expand as a way for the company to grow its sales, learn from its Chinese counterpart, and share capital expenses. Since 2023, Stellantis has also been a 51% majority owner of a joint venture with Leap Motor that includes the exclusive rights for the sale and manufacturing of their products outside of Greater China. Stellantis, which is the largest shareholder of Leap Motor with a 21% stake, earlier this week announced an expanded partnership with the Chinese automaker, as well as the formation of a European joint venture with Chinese automaker Dongfeng. This is not new. Stellantis has had an agreement with them for a long time. And I think we talked about this maybe almost a month ago now. In the U.S., Filosa said he also still sees opportunities for the company to partner with non-Chinese brands, like the announcement it made earlier this week with Jaguar and Land Rover. We see the potential to partner in the U.S. with other projects, he said during a media briefing. JLR, Jaguar Land Rover, is a partnership that can work very well for both parties because you can see the profile of what we industrialize, build is not that different. So there is some synergy in the product conception that we can share with JLR. One thing I'm happy that Antonio Filosa at least has the sense to do here is not bring in like the big bad wolf. And I'm going to be honest with you. It's not like BYD doesn't already sell shit here in America. They do. BYD makes electric buses. You see them in California. I think they even make some electric delivery vehicles, vans and shit. So that stuff's already here, but it's not like direct to consumer. It's not like an ability for a consumer to buy this, right? Letting in the big bad wolf would literally, I think General Motors, Ford, and shit, maybe even FCA or that portion of Stellantis would probably fold up within 36 months if you let them in. Because the Chinese government would subsidize them, have them drop prices. Stellantis, GM, and Ford would have to try to meet that. They'd have to cut prices, which I know for you guys as consumers that probably see some of these videos would be like, hell yeah, make them drop prices. I get it. But there's a point where if the company is now dropping prices beyond where they make nothing on a vehicle or they make less, where they lose money on every vehicle that they manufacture, like fucking EVs, you only can do that for so long to stay competitive, and then money dries up. Creditors ain't giving you no more money. And you know what that means? Bankruptcy. So we'll see. There are some new things that are in the works right now in terms of laws that are pending that would ban these companies from being able to come here anyway, because there'll be laws on the books they wouldn't be allowed in. And we have a possible issue with even luxury brands like Mercedes maybe not being able to sell any cars in the U.S. And that goes back to not allowing Chinese brands or stuff that Chinese companies are invested in. I don't think you'd see Leap Motor vehicles here because there's a 49% stake by China. And I believe the way that this law is written is anything over a 21% stake can't sell anything here in the U.S. So it's going to ban stuff like Volvo. It's going to ban stuff like Mercedes. So Mercedes is either going to have to buy back those shares or you ain't going to see Mercedes here soon. So I think Congress is going to be smart and they're going to get legislation to kind of put the brakes on this before a company tries to partner with. Because that's the other big scary thing for me is one of the big three, meaning either Stellantis, General Motors, or Ford could say, fuck it, let's just partner with one of these scumbags so we can be the last one standing. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, stay petty, my friends.